All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, we're in Burlington, Ontario, second annual BTC MMA Awards, and I'm joined by Scott Hudson. How's it going, man?
Fantastic. How are you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing great. I'm kind of wondering how you would, characterize the overall 2019 run, though. It seemed like you got some significant wins under your belt. How would you, characterize the year as a whole?
It was a fucking crazy year, man. Like, I had a really good year professionally where I was super successful in the cage. My father passed away. I lost my grandmother as well. I got married, so there was literally the highest highs and the lowest lows. But it was all in all, it was like a really fantastic year. And you take the good with the bad, right? That's life. But it's definitely one for the books. I'll never forget 2019.
Yeah, no, I lost a grandparent this year too, man. I know how difficult that can be, so my condolences for sure.
Thank you.
And I'm just kind of wondering, what you would be looking at 2020-wise. I imagine you're probably on a UFC type of radar, something on that level. But do you have any immediate plans mapped out at all, or?
Yeah, my original plan was to kind of wait to see how the schedule unfolded for the UFC. They're usually pretty good on being out in advance with that, but they're kind of booked through April, and there's no Canadian dates booked yet, which is not ideal for someone in my position, right? So I don't know, that's kind of why I decided to sit out in Kitchener. That I would hope for, sort of waited out for a bigger fight, but. There's nothing necessarily really positive on the horizon, so I'm kind of regretting that decision a little bit. I mean, it will work out either way, but I kind of want to,
so maybe
a little bit.
Yeah. So maybe the next BTC card, defend the super lightweight title, then maybe redirect the plan. Is that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm trying to make a smart move, right? But really, I want to fight as much as I can. So that may change, right? If something comes up and there's an opportunity to fight either on that Kitchener card or something soon after, then I might just jump on that because I want to stay busy. I'm training every day. I'm in good shape, so let's do it.
Yeah, it seemed like at the times we've talked, you seem pretty UFC centric. Is that ultimately the goal, or if you got an offer from an outside promotion, would you perhaps entertain something like that? Or,
I mean, if something came from Bellator, it would have to be pretty sweet to pull me away from what I ultimately really want, you know what I mean? And that's essentially the only other option. I feel like I've kind of tapped myself out regionally. If there was an opportunity to travel and get some international fights against some intriguing opponents, then yeah. But I wanna fight against the best fighters in the world, and I think that's in the UFC. And I don't really think there's anything else left for me now. You know what I mean? I can go and keep doing what I'm doing for sure, but I want to really, really test myself against the best in the world.
Yeah, for sure, and I very much see that in your future, for sure. But talking about just the Ontario MMA scene in general, it was dormant for several years at a time, but now obviously much more vibrant, lively. Seems like there's more activity. What are your thoughts on where the scene was at a few years ago and the relative growth since then?
Well, there's a lot more events now. There's some competition as well. There's PFC that's doing really good things, and they're bringing up really talented fighters. There's lots of good fighters that are in Ontario that can compete. But for some of the higher end guys in both promotions, they're having to pull guys from the States and Brazil and all this other stuff just to kind of get higher end talent to fight the top guys. But I mean, it's healthy, and it's a lot. The province is a lot more open for business. The changes to the Athletic Commission have been a lot more fighter-centric and, promoter-friendly, as opposed to not kind of being shut down. They're willing to work together as opposed to, always... If you paid attention to the scene 5 years ago, it always seemed like the province was doing us a favor by letting promoters hold events and you know what I mean, trying to run business. It was kind of a weird vibe, right?
Strange.
And that's done now. It's over. So we're here. It's good. We don't have to keep having these conversations about MMA being back in Ontario. It's back. It's here to stay, and that's the way it is now, right?
I guess I'm just excited because I'm an Ontario boy and it was hurting for so long,
Me too.
Being great with your time, I want to let you get off and have fun here at the awards show and all. Is there anything you want to add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up, though?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna look to have a good time. Hopefully, bring home some hardware tonight, and hopefully, you'll be hearing some fight news from me real soon.
Got something to add to the collection with the BTC super lightweight title, eh?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the time, Scott. All the best, and have a good rest of your night.
Here, Dylan. Also, I love how we stood in front of the thing, despite the fact that I'm just talking into a recorder.